Today we're going to talk about what do you want, and I'm Reverend Karla Lightner. I'm the minister at Unity San Diego, but I've known Jack for so many years, and I've worked there for about 16 years. I started out as the youth director, and then the operations manager, and then the associate minister, and now the senior minister. So I've kind of grown my way up, but you know I can never leave the kids, and that's because I have 7 kids. And so Eliana is number 7. She's the 7 of 7. She's the youngest. She's 12. And then her god sister is Amber, and Amber is 10. And they're going to help today with what I'm going to talk about a bit. So I totally was going to do something different. And then I get into my times of meditation, and Spirit said, nope, do this. I usually don't do guest speak when we're doing a series at Unity San Diego, but this is so profound. Have any of you seen this book, E Squared by Pam Grout? Okay, so Pam Grout is not a Unity minister, but she's a publisher, a writer. If anybody's going to Karen Drucker's women's retreat in September, you'll probably meet her. She wrote this wonderful book that is 9 experiments that prove through spirituality and quantum physics that the universe brings to us that which we focus upon, and that it really works. And she, of course, is in Unity, so we get a lot of unity as well. So I'm going to talk a little bit about this. This was so profound that we are now, someone is at my church doing experiment number 5. But experiment number 4, the abracadabra principle. Whatever you focus on expands, is so profound that I had to share it with you here. So I want to ask you, what do you want?
Perfect health.
Perfect health. Okay. You know, some people know what they want, but some don't. Have you ever, like, gone on a date or something and are like, where do you want to go to eat? I don't know. Where do you want to go? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, right? And then finally, if you've been married a really long time, you go home and cook because you get tired of asking, and you're like, I really thought we were going out this time, right? And so this happened to me recently. I had a friend helping me fix my truck, and I said, okay, Mark, well, I'll take you out to dinner. He's like, where do you want to go? I said, well, I don't know. He says, where do you want to go? I don't know. I asked him the same thing, and then he said, where do you think I want to go? And I'm like, oh, well, you probably want tacos. And he goes, not really, but I read that that's how you get people to quit asking you where you want to go. So it worked pretty well, right? We ended up going out, but it was not for tacos. It was for something else. But I thought that that was really good because it took us out of that, I don't know, which we so often get into. So we're moving into this experiment, and I want to focus on that word abracadabra. Now, most of us think about a magician. He's pulling a rabbit out of his hat. Or did you ever see that lady saw it in half? She saw it in half, right? You saw it. It's true, right? And then she gets up, and you're like, right? Or you see, if you watch America's Got Talent a lot, you'll see a lot of magicians that there's one person and all of a sudden there's 3. Just like amazing things. And on TV, I swear it must be a trick. But abracadabra, I will create as I speak. And you know, the sages knew this long ago. This is an Aramaic word. A word, abracadabra, it was in the days of Jesus. And so back then, all the sages and people knew you create what you say. You create as you speak. How come they didn't tell us that? How come it took us so long to learn this? So it moves us with this universal truth that whatever you focus on expands. But do you believe that? Yes. So in the course of the first few things of E Squared, the first one we did where we really found our relationship with God. And what is our personal relationship? You know, you can quote what Unity says, you can quote your beliefs of your parents, but how is God, or whatever you call God, to you, each of us personally? Since I was a little kid, no disrespect, I've called God dude, this and that. That was my personal relationship. I also called my dad Homer, and his name was Alex. I have no idea why. And it was well before The Simpsons. Simpsons. But yeah, I just had this pet name. The second one was going out and identifying a color of car, which I chose chicken yellow, which was amazing how many chicken yellow cars and big trucks there were, or looking for blue butterflies. The third was, I forget what, the third was playing with magic wands to show that we're energy made out of coat hangers, which was pretty cool. It's really good for teens too, because, you know, or anyone else, like, did you tell the truth? Is it true? Yes. Is it a lie? No. You know, it would move different ways. Very great lie detector. Now I told on myself. Oh, well. But you know, Unity Principle 3 also tells us, and I like to use the youth version because it never changes. I create my experiences by what I choose to think and what I feel and what I believe. So there's things that we can do to manifest, but you got to have all these three components. You have to think it, you have to feel it, and you have to believe it. In this chapter, Pam Grout talks about a guy named Don who wanted one of those Eric Clapton really expensive Martin guitars. And so he thought about it and he's like, I want one, I want one. Years later, he had a daughter. And one day his mom said, oh, I'm at this yard sale and I bought this guitar. Your kid will really love playing with it. Brought it home. It was a Martin guitar. $20,000 it was worth 10 years ago when she wrote this book. Can you imagine how much it's worth now? Yeah, can you imagine that? And what have we done? Let me tell you some other stories, really. I thought about, when I was 13, I read this book on Section 8 housing. I lived up in LA, I didn't know. I thought, well, this is pretty cool, because I think real estate is cool. When I was in my 40s, I got apartments and made them Section 8 apartments. Now, there's other stories, because you have to be clear. There is a story about a man who wanted to have tickets to this sports event, but he didn't have one. So he drove around this little area, and he was looking for ticket scalpers, and finally he said, nobody's paying attention, so he got two signs, he put them in his back window that said, I want a ticket. So he's driving around, and here comes the meter maid, she gave him one. Yeah. Yep, I had a similar experience too. I said, oh, I just want to have a group of men, of males that do whatever that I want all the time. And then I became a cub master. Yeah, so I was not specific enough. But some of the reasons of this is because each day we have 60,000 thoughts, and according to scientists, all but 1,000 of those thoughts are the exact same thoughts you had yesterday. Can you imagine having 59,000 of the same thoughts every single day? That would make me crazy, wouldn't it? If what? If you kind of tried to count them, but can you imagine all the time we're spending rethinking the same stuff over and over and over again? And what happens is that we think opposing thoughts. I want money, but maybe not. I want to get well, but I feel so sick. I want to do this, but maybe not. You know, so we kind of counteract everything, and it's happened to me recently. I don't know if you know that my husband passed away in October. And, yeah, thank you. So you know, I'm working through it. I have a very strong belief in, you know, where people go and in that process of journey of dying. But I had this pain right here in my leg, and I'm like, oh, I need to see my acupuncturist. This is really weird. And it was getting so bad where I could barely walk. So I went to him, and he did his little needle thing. I think he enjoys it a little too much. But, and I could feel like this liquid and stuff coming, and I'm like, I don't get what's going on with me. And he said to me, your husband was so sick and you were so stressed that it was like you were watching a sinking ship and there was nothing you could do about it. And you were so sad. And now you have grief, but you also have relief. And so your body is coming out. You need to allow yourself to feel both. There's such conflicting emotions. You have to allow yourself to feel grief and relief without feeling guilty. He said, believe me, your husband is way better off now than you are. Yeah, that was nice. But, you know, it was true because, I began to think about that. That's true. I was grieving, yet even though in my mind I wasn't having this conflicting thought, because I was kind of relieved too, my body was holding it all in. And I could actually, and this was just a couple weeks ago that this happened, and I could actually feel my body changing as I released and gave myself permission. And it was incredible. Very, very incredible. But remember that every thought we think, every prayer every song is really moving the infinite universe around, moving energy particles around. And it doesn't mean to be paranoid about every thought, but just to think about, wow, if we can move thought in weird ways, if my body can tell me something and I don't know it, if I can change this, we're magnificent. What can we do? So here's another universal truth. If you know what you want, you can have it, and be specific. Don't be very unspecific like I was. And you know, the Bible also tells us the same thing in Job 22:28. You'll be able to do everything that you decide to do. Light from God will show you the right way. So we, of course, want that light of God to show us because we want to be able to look at the right things and things that are good. Sometimes some translations it says decree, which means to order. I'm ordering it. So like I'm living a virtual Amazon, right? I just need to know, am I going to put it in my cart? Yeah, because I can have whatever I want just as easy as I go on Amazon and click that button. And if you manifest enough, you might even get cash back and not even have to use your Amazon credit card. Yeah. So we're going to go over a few little things, and you might not know that this is a dance and singing, also meditation that we're going to be doing very shortly. But we're going to go over the words of this Mark Stanton Welch song first. We see the possibilities. What possibilities do we have? Well, think about Colonel Sanders and Kentucky Fried Chicken, right? Yeah, when he was in his 40s, I think. No, let me look. He was in his 60s. Well, in his 30s, he created this great chicken, but in his 60s, he took his Social Security check. Can you imagine how little that was back then? To Salt Lake City to present his chicken, which really, really, really took off. And then when he was in his 70s, he became a millionaire because he sold his recipe. So we are never too old. I could be a millionaire. I'm okay with it. I don't think I'm too old. Do you? No. No. Heck. So we don't want to be limited on anything. We want to choose a specific goal. We want to be consistent, be clear, and then speak our reality. We can speak it out. I want this. Whatever it is. You can speak it, you can think it, you can write it. Some people act it out. There's a lot of different ways. We can face what's holding us back, right? Because sometimes we think, well, maybe I just don't deserve that. Oh, it's okay. I had somebody say for this, because this week we would talk about, you know, what we did with this experiment. So I had somebody call me up and say, you know, I didn't want to manifest too much because it's like my first time. I really didn't just, you know, I'm just trying this, and I don't think I should get a whole lot because it's my first time. I'm like, ask for it all. Do you not know that your dad, who happened to be married to my daughter, they manifested a house when we did this. And, you know, and they only did this once. They're not in unity. They did the class with me, and they manifested their own house. So there's so many things that we can manifest if we know what we want. And I think that's the hard thing, knowing exactly what you want to manifest, because we manifest things, but we can also manifest qualities, can't we? We can seek guidance. I don't know how to do everything. I used to think I did. I used to think I knew everything. I used to think that I could do it all, knew it all. I didn't need your help. I didn't need anybody's help. But boy, did I learn that that was a crazy notion. Right? So we can seek guidance. We can ask for advice and help. We can seek support. We can do what we need to do. We can know we're supported. We're not only supported by spirit, but we can be supported by each other. How cool would it be to get together and manifest something together? This would be really fun, right? And I have these little manifestation, experiment papers. I printed some out for you as well.
You want me to hand those out?
Sure. You can, or you can wait till yeah, might as well. So these are, this book has the 9 experiments where you actually have these little sheets in the back, or these little experiments in the back where you do these experiments. Ladies, you want to help? Thank you. So know that we're supported in so many different ways. You can call up to somebody and say, hey, you know what, I'm not sure. What do I do?
Here we go.
And then you take action, right? We take action. Unity principle number 5 says, through thoughts, words, and actions, we live the truth we know. And when we live that truth, we make a difference, don't we? We make a difference, and we can actually put feet to our prayers and make things happen. And then we do the 5-step shuffle, which is why I brought these lovely children with me, because this is that song, and we're going to do it for you. Are you going to play it, or are we a-cappella-ing it? Hopefully in the key I sent you. And so, good. So we're going to dance and sing this meditation and ask you guys to get up with us as they teach it to you. And here we'll have the words. Is that my key? See? Possibilities. Okay, see, is that, okay, well, we'll see if it works. If it doesn't, see the possibilities. Face what's holding you back. See guidance. Know you're supported. Take action and do the 5-step shuffle. Can you raise it up a little bit? Sorry. See the possibilities. Face what's holding you back. Seek guidance. Know you're supported. Take action and do the 5-step shuffle. Do the 5-step shuffle. Oh yeah. Let's do it once more, then we'll move over. See possibilities. Face what's holding you back. Seek guidance. Know you're supported. Take action and do the 5-step shuffle. Do the 5-step shuffle. Oh yeah. Now, oh yeah. Seek, face, seek, no, take 5 steps. Seek, face, seek, no, take 5 steps. Seek, face, seek, no, take 5 steps. SFSKT. SFSKT. See the possibilities. Face what's holding you back. Seek guidance. Know you're supported. Take the 5-step shuffle. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Thank you, ladies, and thank you. And thank you, Jack and Mark Stanton Welch. All right. So here's our experiment, and you have the sheets. And I invite you to get the book E Squared by Pam Grout if you're interested. If not, just do this experiment. Using the power of your thoughts, set an intention and draw an event into your life. Be specific, not like my Cub Scouts. Be specific about your intention, the make, the size, the color. You like a little car thing there with that make in it. Give the field of potentiality, which is what she calls spirit, which is a quantum physics term, a 48-hour deadline, and begin manifesting. So we have had someone manifested that the Padres would beat the Dodgers this last week. Someone else manifested their medicine was out and they couldn't find anywhere for it, and they found this random pharmacy that took their insurance and they got that. Someone else manifested, they knew their rent was going up, but they manifested that it only went up $60 instead of hundreds. So there is loads of things we can manifest. So I have an affirmation for you. I'm going to say it once and then we'll say it together. I know what I want and I am manifesting it now. Let's say that together. I know what I want and I am manifesting it now. Okay, well, as you complete your experiment, and I hope you do it. I hope you really do the experiment. I'll be anxious to hear what you all manifested. And just remember that that divine flow of spirit is within each and every one of us. And when we go within and we ask for guidance, because I'm still too myself, what do you want? I don't know. You know, because I feel like my life is so full and I have so much. But there is something that I want. There is something that you want, and Spirit will guide you to it. So thank you so much for allowing us to share with you today. Namaste.